Hi, I'm Amy Beshkatorian, and we're here at the Clayton Center for the Clayton Visual Arts December Art Show. And this month we have artists Harry Vasilian and Heidi Lee Peach. And first we're going to talk with Heidi. Heidi has works in, let's see, watercolor, acrylic, oil, and photography. You're quite a diversity.
And architectural drawings.
Now, it sounds like you were pretty much born an artist. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
I grew up with my dad doing oil paintings. He was a lot older when he had me. I was a surprise child. So he was retired by the time I was 13. So he would do his oil paintings. He always wanted to be a famous artist. But unfortunately, like many, can't really get into that right away because you have to make a living. So I was very fortunate to be able to spend time with him and learn a lot of really the sketching more than anything. I didn't really like the smell of the oil, so as a child I stayed away from that. But I would get into my own kind of craft and make doll houses and doll furniture out of paper and things like that. So learning how to construct things with cardboard, just whatever, just creative all the time.
So you studied art?
I did. I took a lot of art classes in high school. My parents wanted me to become an accountant like the rest of my friends, but I decided to go to Maryland Institute of Art, and I became interior design major because it was bad economy, and there was really, it was just the changing where computers were starting to come into the graphics and illustration, and nobody knew what was going to happen with it. So I was all about the fine art stuff, and in interior design we were able to make furniture with model furniture, with balsa wood, and we had to come up with all kinds of designs and then construct them in model form. So it was really a lot of hands-on, which I really enjoyed, and learned how to do perspective drawings. And of course, there's a fine arts background going to Maryland Institute of Art. They still made you really be a fine artist too. So now, I have choices, and I just can't make up my mind what I like the most.
It's a good problem to have. So talented and diverse. Now you speak about in your bio about your faith leading the way in your art. Do you want to tell us a little bit?
Yeah, there was a big scare in my life in 1998 with two babies, 18-month and 3-year-old. I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer with 16 out of 23 lymph nodes were bad. And I was faced with a stem cell replacement, this is what we suggest you do to live. Your chance is 50% to live 5 years. So I really didn't know where to turn. So of course, God is always there and helped me through it, and brought me down on my knees with asking to help me get through all this. So it was something I can never forget. I just feel now that everything that I do in art has to feel good in my heart. Everything that I produce, it has to feel good, or it's not going to even get started. That's my inspiration. And a lot of times it's a heartfelt feeling. Maybe a friend lost a dog, so do a dog for them, their dog, or a memory that I have dear to my heart, with maybe a trip with my daughter, or, So, we are artists, and not everything's going to sell. So, whatever you paint, you better feel good about it, because it might end up in your house for a while.
Right.
So really, everything I have, I hope other people love what I do as much as what I produce. That for myself. Really, we are producing for ourselves unless we get commissioned, and then we have to learn about the other person and what they're, just like interior design, you interview them and see what kind of feeling they want to get out of it. So
do you want to, I understand you have lots of aspirations for the future. You want to tell us a little bit about what's in store for next year?
I don't want to really expand too much on it, because there's so many ideas that we talked briefly before the interview. in the back of my cars, it's God-given, God-driven, and that's really kind of where I go with everything. And we only have so much time in a day as a person, so of course family's first. And I have a mom that lives still alive, thank God. She's 88. She's in Maryland, and I try to get up there. So I have, my ideas are going to be in the studio a lot and try a lot of new avenues. I know that sometimes they may not, I'm going to be like kind of experimenting, so I know they might not turn out. Right. And you know, in the next show I have, you know, a big show, and some things are really cool. I'll be happy to tell you how I did it, but in the meantime, it's going to be, you know, I have lots of empty canvases in my studio. I have a lot of space up there, natural light, and yeah, I like to paint with people. So you might get invited to come paint at my house, because that's why I take classes too. Not that I need the classes, but I like to be around a lot of people when I paint, and it just seems to feel really good. So
that energy.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Okay. And then also to see what they're producing too. It's, you take one class and you all do the same painting, and everybody's just totally different. Yeah, and it's just really neat to watch that. So, but it's going to be 2015. I can't believe it. And my last show here was in 2011. So I feel good to say that I think I've grown as an artist. I think I can say that and be true to myself. And I worked really hard this year, so hopefully you'll like my show.
Yeah, well, I hope you'll all come out and see her work in person. Some of it's for sale, some are her babies that she's not ready to let go of, but it's you'll be amazed at the diversity of work that Heidi's done. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you to the Clayton Center for giving me the opportunity, and for CVA to be part of my life. It was a good base when I first moved here 6 years ago. So.
I'm here with our other artist for the month of December at the Clayton Center. His name is Harry Vasilian. Harry, can you tell us where you're from?
I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. I was born here, and I'm proud to be a North Carolinian. So, but my family's from Greece, and they came from Greece, and I'm second generation here.
Okay. And Harry, can you tell us a little bit about how you got your start as an artist?
Well, actually, it comes natural to me. Since I was a little kid, I always liked to draw and do things, and I was lucky enough to get a job with the Wake County Library System, where I could do graphics, and it was a lot of fun, and it was work at the same time. So I had a great time working, and I finished working, and I started doing acrylic on canvas.
Well, the graphic background definitely comes through in your work. You definitely have to see Harry's work in person, because there's a lot of texture to a lot of the pieces. Can you tell us about your process? Do you just start with a blank canvas, and do you know what you're going to do, or you just kind of get in there and feels what?
Well, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll see a photo that I like, and I'll just remember it in my head and do it the way I want to do it. And so some may be just a little thought, and some are mistakes, but my mistakes turn out to be a good piece of art. I just make it better, and sometimes I just look at a blank screen and start from there. But usually I have an idea in my head what I want to do.
Well, you definitely love color. You know, where does your inspiration?
Well, actually, colors is mainly what my arts have in common, because I love well, I'm not trying to brag, but I mean, I love that each one of my pieces looks so different, but they're all colorful.
I love this particular one. It was a colorful day, I think it's
called. Okay. Actually, that was kind of like experimenting a different technique.
Now, where could we see more of your work?
Downtown in Raleigh, I'm a member of the Visual Art Exchange, and it's on Martin Street. And right now I have 2 pieces up.
Okay, and that's 311. Well, no, I'm at 311 in Tipping Paint, and so you're
okay,
is
right
that
next
211 right next door.
315, I think it is.
So it's definitely a good spot to visit in Raleigh.
And they have other artists and Raleigh artists, and I love the organization. It helps people like me that I retired early, and now I'm just doing my painting, and so it helps me get involved with an outlet for me to get involved later with volunteer work.
Okay, and what kind of volunteer work?
Well, they just want people to stand at the desk, maybe answer the phone, and show people around, or collect money for the exhibit or pieces that they may have, and that kind of thing. So.
And let's see, you have a Facebook page that people can see more of your work?
Yes, I have a Facebook page. It's called Surreal Arts. It's like Sir and then Real Arts. And
Okay.
I have most of my paintings on there.
Okay.
And all you have to do is go in and like it, and that's it.
And then everything that's new we'll get to see.
Right, you see everything that comes out.
How often do you put a new piece out?
Well, actually, I'm in a pause right now because I'm ready to change styles again. So I can't wait to see what's coming next, because it's going to surprise me because I don't know what to expect. But I always progress and I always come up with something different.
Okay. Well, it's a pleasure to have your work here and to be able to meet you and talk to you. Thank you for showing your work
And
here.
it's a pleasure that I'm allowed to be here and show off my art.
And all of Harry's work here is for sale, and I invite you to come see it. Like I said, in person, it shows so much better. So there's so much texture, and the colors really shine when you see it in person.
And they make nice Christmas gifts.
They sure
too.
do. Thank you, Harry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We hope you'll join us for January's reception. It will be on January 8th, and during the whole month of January, we will feature art from Clayton's area high schools, the 4 high schools, and Clayton area middle schools. This is being hosted by the Women's Club of Clayton, as well as Clayton Visual Art. And you can learn more by going to claytonvisualartsnc.org. I hope to see you there.
Thank you.